is a quick video on how to make an instructional video in PowerPoint. I'm going to make another one for Google Slides, which are two common ones. You're either usually working in Office or working in Google Docs. This one's in Office. So how do we make an instructional video out of a PowerPoint? Okay, so I'm just going to bring you through my process on how I create instructional videos. So here I am in PowerPoint. We'll cover a little bit about how to do it in Google Drive as well, because it's very similar. But I open up PowerPoint and went new, and maybe I'll pick something that works. It's going to be about a hairstyling thing. So let's see if is there a theme about hair? Not so much. So let's go back. Just something colorful. And I'll hit create. Oh, and it gives me some ideas. Oh, that's great. I probably won't use more of these. I'm actually going to hit delete, 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 delete. But it gives me a theme, and I can start with that. So let's go. Let's add some text. Blunt hairstyling, and I might have to make that a little wider, or I could change the font so that it makes some sense. And then I'm going to maybe talk a little bit about my learning goals. You don't need learning goals. This is me telling you you have to do them. But if it's certainly if it's an assignment that I'm making a video about, I may want to do that. So I have some learning goals I got from the teacher that was doing this right here. That this is their learning goal. So by the end of this assignment, student will be able to. So I'm copying that, and I'm just going to paste that. And I did that. I hit Control C and Control V, so I didn't make that entirely clear. I hit Control C to copy, Control V to paste, but you can also just go copy and then go here and hit the paste. Yeah, that's not so bad, right? So now I've got that to talk about. Okay, so I'm creating a structure for where I want to talk about. Now I really want some pictures about how to do that, and that's going to require the snipping tool. Now, if they're the most important thing when making videos, or really with working in computers in general, is the snipping tool. I'm going to show you how to use it. But the important thing to understand is the snipping tool lets me capture graphics from whatever I'm seeing on the computer. So I may capture a graphic from a website or from a document or even from a video that I want. And if you're using a Mac, they call it screenshot utility. It's Shift Command and 5, and you can do sort of the same thing. So I'll show you the power of the snipping tool. Now, let's say I've got a whole bunch of media and I really want to have students be able to see in this slideshow. So let's say in here, I actually took some pictures of some mannequins, right? So maybe I want this mannequin right here, right? I can go to the snipping tool. Now, how do I get the snipping tool? I go Start menu and I type snip, right? It's right here. And now I can hit the plus button and I can select an area of the picture that I want to talk about, right? So I draw a box around it. It's a little bit confusing at first when you first do this because you're drawing a picture on top of your screen. Now, let's say, no, I didn't want that. I only want to talk about this one, right? So I draw a box around it. And then in the snipping tool, I have that. And this is just awesome because now I can go back to my PowerPoint. I can make a new slide and I can paste it in. Maybe I actually want to paste it in right here at the beginning. And you see that it gives me all sorts of suggestions. But I'm still going to talk about the snipping tool. I'm going to make a new slide. Maybe I want to talk about a rubric that we did. We just talked about the learning goals. Eventually, I'm going to want to talk about how I'm going to assess it. So you see here, I have a rubric, right? So again, I can open up the snipping tool and I can go plus, and then I select from the thing what I want to talk about. So maybe I just want to talk about level one, or maybe I want to talk about all of it. So I can go here. I copy. I took this with my camera, and now I can go back into my thing and I can paste it. Okay, and so now I can talk about the rubric, right? I'm still going with the snipping tool because it really is fabulous. Perhaps I'm in an instructional video that someone else made, and I just want to grab screenshots from it because she's doing something important there that I want to highlight. So again, in the snipping tool, I can go plus, okay, and I open up the snipping tool, and now I have it. And by the way, I can draw on it, and I can say, see what she's doing here. highlight this spot, how she's holding it, okay? So and then I can copy anything from the snipping tool. I just right click, I go copy, and I go back in here. I make a new slide, um, and I can do it. I can put some text here and remind students about it. I can rearrange my slides so that I've got the intro slide, the learning goals. I've got a product of what it's supposed to look like. I've got how we got there, and I've got a quick rubric. Okay, so now that I've built a PowerPoint, now I know this isn't a perfect PowerPoint. It's not, fully it, but I just wanted to give you an example of how I might assemble a PowerPoint with the different elements that I would want to talk to. Once I've assembled a PowerPoint, I can go to the Record tab. Now, in PowerPoint that is on the computer from the Start menu, PowerPoint, I can almost always have a record tab. If you don't see it, it might be under customize ribbon. I could just right click here, go customize, and make sure record is clicked. It's default on all new versions of PowerPoint, and it's really just an amazing tab, and I'm going to show you why. So let's say I've assembled a PowerPoint. Now, you might actually have a PowerPoint. Sometimes people just have PowerPoints about their lessons that another teacher gave them or that you've added something to. Here I've created my own. So I can go record and I go from beginning, okay? And what'll happen is I've got two monitors here. So what'll happen is this will pop up, and this is a recording menu of my PowerPoint. You see here, I have the different slides. Now look here, slides 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Each of the slides that I made is right here. So now I can hit the record button and talk to each slide. So if I want to hit record, you can see it's counting down. I can say, "Hi, kids. Today we're going to talk about the blunt hairstyling assignment. This is a really fun assignment, and here is why." And then I can hit stop. Okay. I hit the stop button. I don't have to do it all at once. I can then go to the next one and say, what do I want to talk about here? I can close this, fix it, and come back. I can hit record and say, now the learning goals for this assignment, here's why we're doing it. I can highlight while we're doing it. So I would say there's three main learning goals that I want to talk about. First one is demonstrate proficiency. The second one is understanding tools and safety. And finally, I'm going to talk about your technical knowledge. So I can speak to each slide. If I don't like what I did, I can hit stop and I can hit the retake button here, retake recording so that I can talk about each slide individually. I'll just do that one more time. I can hit record. Um, and I can draw while I'm talking. So here's one of our exemplars. This is what one student did. I want to show you some things because, you really have to pay attention to that. I want this. So I can talk about specific things in the pictures that I've put in my thing, uh, and so on. One thing I'll just share really quick is I've turned off my camera. There's a camera button right here. Oh, there I am. I could have my face in each slide, and there is some research that says that having your face being present in the slides is good for kids. They connect with the teacher, and so on. But a lot of people don't like having their face on the slide, so they turned it off. And in mine, I've turned it off. Um, so I can record on each side, and then when I'm done, I hit the close button in the top right, and you'll see that my PowerPoint has has my voice, and if I did my video in each one, right? So that is my voice, and if you see, I can actually go slideshow play. I don't know if you'll be able to hear this. So I'll actually be able to hear myself speak in this assignment. And now what I can do is I can export this video as a video, and I can give this to my students as a video. So it's exporting here. I'll just make sure I show that. I'm going to go File, Export. Once it's saved, I can go File, Export as video, create a video, and it says okay, blunt hairstyling assignment MP4, and I'm going to hit Escape. And it's going to take maybe a few minutes to make that MP4. So what it's going to do is it's going to turn my entire PowerPoint with my voice, with my annotations into a video. And maybe I'll wait. Let's see how long it takes. Probably not going to take that long. Yeah, Almost done. Perfect. So there's a couple ways I can get it. I can go right here, and if I click on it, it should it auto pops up the video. That's pretty good. So I can now watch my video and do it. You see my highlighting is there. So we'll see my annotations there. There's probably a moment with my face. So now that I have this video, I can put it on my classroom website. I can put it on Google Drive, and I can publish it so that my students can see it. So that's really my process of how I make instructional videos. I assemble them in PowerPoint and then I record in another video, especially if there's some demand. I'll show you how I would do that in Google Slides. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Thank you.